Get this. In 2028, a SpaceX Falcon Heavy rocket is launching a mission to Titan, Saturn's largest moon.
Right.
But it's not just any spacecraft.
Yeah.
We're talking about a drone.
Wow.
A huge GE drone called Dragonfly, built to fly around on another world.
Really?
Pretty wild, right?
It is. It's a groundbreaking mission for sure.
So
Titan is unlike any other moon in our solar system.
Okay.
It has a dense atmosphere,
Yes.
stable bodies of liquid on its surface,
I've heard about that.
and it's rich in organic molecules. It's almost like a planet in its own right.
So maybe a quick recap for our listeners.
Sure.
Titan is often compared to a primordial Earth, frozen in time.
Interesting.
What makes scientists think this way?
Well, Titan's the only place besides Earth we know of with stable bodies of liquid on the surface.
Right.
And now it's not water,
Yeah.
it's liquid methane. But that, combined with the organic molecules present, creates a chemical environment that might be similar to what existed on Earth billions of years ago,
Now,
before life arose.
so it's like a giant natural laboratory for studying the building blocks of life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where Dragonfly comes in.
Okay.
This mission is specifically designed to investigate the chemistry of Titan,
I see.
particularly in an area called Selk Crater.
Right. Shangri-La, where Dragonfly is landing,
Yeah.
is part of this Selk Crater region.
Uh-huh.
What's so special about this location?
Selk is what we call a dune crater,
Okay.
and research indicates these craters have a higher concentration of organic molecules than other areas on Titan.
Wow.
Imagine a place where water ice from the moon's crust may have mixed with these organic molecules, potentially creating the conditions for prebiotic chemistry, the very chemistry that could have led to life.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
So Dragonfly is more than just a sightseeing tour.
Right.
It's going to be doing some serious scientific investigation.
Absolutely. And the choice of a drone is really clever.
Yeah.
Dragonfly can fly around Titan's dense atmosphere and low gravity,
Okay.
hopping from one location to another,
Right.
covering much more ground than a rover ever could.
Speaking of covering ground,
Yeah.
how far are we talking about here? I read that Dragonfly's flight range is pretty impressive.
It is.
Yeah.
On each flight, Dragonfly can travel up to 8 kilometers.
Wow.
Think about that.
Okay.
It's essentially flying across a small city on another world.
Wow.
And it's not just hopping around randomly.
No.
It's targeted exploration.
Nice.
Going to areas that scientists believe hold the most promise for finding evidence of prebiotic chemistry.
8 kilometers. That's quite the commute.
It is.
But I'm guessing with those orange skies and methane rain, it's probably a pretty scenic flight.
You could say that.
What would it look like?
Imagine a landscape dominated by vast plains and sand dunes made of hydrocarbons.
Okay.
Those organic molecules we keep talking about, stretching as far as the eye can see.
That's so cool.
And then there are those mysterious lakes and seas of liquid methane reflecting the dim sunlight filtering through Titan's atmosphere. It's a world that's both alien and eerily familiar.
It sounds like something out of a science fiction movie.
It really does.
Wow.
And it's a world that's still largely a mystery to us.
Really?
That's why Dragonfly is so exciting.
I agree.
It's going to give us our first real in-depth look at this fascinating world and its potential to harbor the ingredients for life.
It's amazing to think that we can study a place like Titan from millions of miles away.
Yeah.
I mean, it has that incredibly thick atmosphere, right?
Yes, very thick.
How do scientists even know what the surface looks like?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
It's all thanks to some clever techniques.
What?
Like spectroscopy.
Okay.
Scientists analyze the light that reflects off of Titan's surface.
Okay.
This light acts like a fingerprint, revealing the chemical composition of what's down there, even through the haze.
So they're basically piecing together a picture of Titan based on the light that bounces back to us.
That's a good way to put it.
And that's how we know so much about the composition of Titan's surface and atmosphere.
Exactly.
Even before Dragonfly gets there.
Right.
We know about the methane lakes, the hydrocarbon dunes,
Yeah,
even the presence of water ice beneath the surface.
that's right.
Wow. It's like doing detective work from space.
It really is.
Crazy.
And it speaks to the incredible ingenuity and persistence of scientists who are determined to unravel the mysteries of our universe.
Well, with that in mind, let's dive into what exactly Dragonfly will be doing once it reaches this mysterious world. So we've talked about this incredible drone.
It is incredible.
And this incredible moon it's going to.
Right.
But what will Dragonfly actually do once it's on Titan? What's on its to-do list?
Well, think of Dragonfly as a flying laboratory. It's equipped with a whole suite of instruments designed to analyze Titan's environment. One of the key instruments is a mass spectrometer, which can identify the different molecules present in the atmosphere and on the surface.
So it's like a chemical detective sniffing out the different molecules that make up Titan.
Exactly.
Oh.
And another important tool is a gamma ray spectrometer.
A gamma ray spectrometer.
Yeah.
What will that do?
This instrument will help scientists map the composition of Titan's surface.
Oh, okay.
Looking for elements that might be associated with past or even present life.
Past or present life.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big deal.
It is.
Are we really talking about the possibility of finding life on Titan?
Well, we don't know for sure.
Okay.
But Titan has a lot of the ingredients that we think are necessary for life.
Like what?
It has organic molecules, liquid methane as a solvent, and even evidence of a subsurface ocean of water.
Okay, I'm trying to picture this organic molecules, a subsurface ocean, and a drone flying around.
It's amazing.
How does Dragonfly actually get at that information? It's not just flying around taking pretty pictures, is it?
You're right. It's not just about pretty pictures, though I'm sure those will be amazing.
Yeah.
Dragonfly can actually drill beneath the surface to collect samples. It's pretty incredible to imagine a drone drilling on another world.
It is.
So you think?
It's pretty mind-blowing.
I know.
Those samples will be analyzed by the instruments on board.
Exactly. And the data will be sent back to Earth for scientists to pore over.
Cool.
We'll get information about the composition of the subsurface, the types of organic molecules present, and maybe even clues about the potential for life.
It really is a mobile science lab on another world.
It really is.
And this data is going to keep scientists busy for years, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
The data Dragonfly collects will be a treasure trove of information that will help us understand Titan in ways we can only dream of right now.
You know, this all sounds incredible. Yeah. But I have to ask, why are we spending all this time, money, and effort to send a drone to a moon billions of miles away?
Right.
What's the big payoff?
That's the question, isn't it, at the heart of it? The Dragonfly mission is about pushing the boundaries of human knowledge.
Okay.
It's about understanding our place in the universe.
Right.
And exploring the potential for life beyond Earth.
So it's more than just a science mission.
Yeah.
It's a quest to answer some of the biggest questions humans have ever asked.
Exactly. Questions like, are we alone?
Wow. How did life begin?
Right.
And what are the possibilities for life in the universe?
I can see why people are so excited about Dragonfly.
Me too.
I mean, if it finds evidence of past or present life on Titan, that would be a game changer.
It would be revolutionary.
Wow.
It would mean that life isn't a fluke.
Okay.
A one-time event that happened only on Earth.
Right.
It would mean that the universe is teeming with possibilities. And even if it doesn't find definitive proof of life, it's still going to teach us so much about the potential for life in other worlds.
Absolutely.
So cool.
Every piece of data we get from Dragonfly will help us refine our understanding of what makes a planet or moon habitable.
Yeah.
And what conditions might be conducive to life.
Okay, so we've covered the incredible science. But let's take a moment to really picture what it would be like to be there.
Okay.
On Titan.
Yeah.
What would it be like to stand on the surface of that moon?
Well, you definitely need a very warm spacesuit.
I bet.
The average surface temperature on Titan is about negative 179 degrees Celsius.
Oh, wow.
Which is negative 290 degrees Fahrenheit. To give you some perspective, the coldest temperature ever recorded on Earth was negative 89 degrees Celsius.
So a bit of a chilly day, to say the least.
Yeah, I could say that.
What else would I see?
Imagine a hazy orange sky.
Okay.
Titan's atmosphere is so thick that sunlight is scattered and diffused, creating this perpetual orange glow.
Wow.
Instead of water raining down, you might see methane rain falling from the sky.
Methane rain?
Yeah.
That's wild.
And as you look around, you'd see vast plains of dark organic material interrupted by towering dunes made of hydrocarbons.
And those famous methane lakes and seas?
Yeah.
What would they look like?
They'd appear darker than the surrounding landscape.
Okay.
Almost black, reflecting that hazy orange sky. Imagine standing on the shore of a methane lake.
Yeah.
With a gentle breeze rippling the surface.
Oh, wow.
It would be a scene both beautiful and utterly alien.
It sounds surreal.
It is.
It's amazing to think that a place like this exists in our own solar system.
It really is.
Wow.
And it's a reminder that there's still so much out there to discover and explore.
Well, all this talk about Titan has me wondering,
Yeah.
how did we learn so much about this moon in the first place? I mean, it's so far away,
Right.
and the atmosphere makes it hard to see the surface.
It does.
So how do we know so much?
A lot of our knowledge comes from the Cassini-Huygens mission.
Cassini-Huygens.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Of course you do.
Of course, the Cassini spacecraft orbited Saturn for years,
That's right.
sending back incredible images and data.
It did.
Really fascinating mission.
It was.
So Cassini was a big deal.
Huge.
What about Huygens?
Exactly. Cassini wasn't alone.
Okay.
It carried a probe called Huygens.
Huygens.
Yeah, which actually landed on Titan back in 2005.
Wait, we've already landed on Titan.
We have.
No idea.
It was a huge accomplishment.
Wow.
Huygens sent back the first images from Titan's surface,
Wow.
revealing a landscape that was both familiar and completely alien.
So in a way, Dragonfly is building on the legacy of Cassini-Huygens.
It is.
Mm.
The data from Cassini-Huygens gave us the first glimpse into Titan's incredible world.
Right.
And now Dragonfly is going to delve even deeper,
I see.
exploring its potential for life and unlocking even more secrets.
It's incredible how one mission leads to another.
It really is.
Each one pushing the boundaries of knowledge further and further.
Yeah, pushing the boundaries all the time.
It really feels like the Dragonfly mission is taking what we learned from Cassini-Huygens and running with it. But with all this talk about methane and hydrocarbons, I have to admit, I'm still wrapping my head around what life on Titan could actually look like.
I know what you mean.
It's not going to be little green men, right?
Probably not little green men.
Okay, good.
But that's what's so fascinating.
What is?
If life does exist on Titan, it almost certainly evolved in ways we can't even imagine.
Wow.
Remember, Titan is incredibly cold,
Right.
and its oceans are liquid methane, not water.
Right.
So life there would have to be very different from what we're used to.
That's both exciting and a little spooky.
It is.
It challenges our whole definition of what life even means.
It does.
Wow.
It forces us to expand our thinking about the possibilities. And that's one of the most compelling reasons to explore places like Titan.
Okay.
It forces us to confront our assumptions
Right.
and to consider perspectives we might never have considered otherwise.
So even if Dragonfly doesn't find direct evidence of life,
Yeah.
just learning more about Titan's unique environment
Right.
is valuable in itself.
Absolutely.
Cool.
It helps us understand the full range of possibilities for life in the universe.
Hmm.
And it can even give us insights into the early Earth
Oh, wow.
and how life arose here.
Okay, so back to Dragonfly itself.
Okay.
It's launching in 2028,
Uh-huh.
a 6-year journey to Titan.
Right.
And then what are the key things we should be looking out for once it lands?
Well, the first few months will be crucial.
Okay.
Dragonfly will need to go through a series of checks and tests
Right.
to make sure everything is working properly
Yeah.
in that extreme environment.
I can imagine.
Then the science operations will begin
Good.
with Dragonfly hopping to different locations, collecting samples
Right.
and analyzing the data.
And all those findings will be beamed back to Earth for scientists to analyze.
Exactly.
It really feels like we're on the verge of a new era of exploration.
Yeah.
With drones like Dragonfly becoming our eyes and ears in the solar system.
It is an exciting time.
Yeah.
And it's not just Dragonfly.
Oh, really?
There are other missions planned to explore the icy moons of Jupiter and Saturn,
Really?
all looking for signs of life or habitable environments.
It feels like we're getting closer and closer to answering that fundamental question.
It does.
Are we alone?
The biggest question.
And all thanks to incredible feats of engineering
Right.
and scientific curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
This entire conversation has been a fascinating glimpse into the future of space exploration.
It has.
What a journey it's going to be.
It really is.
Well, to our listeners,
Yeah.
we hope you've enjoyed this deep dive into the Dragonfly mission
I hope so.
as much as we have.
It's been fun.
Keep an eye on the skies and the news, because this is just the beginning of an incredible adventure.
It is.
And one last thought for you to consider.
Okay.
If Dragonfly does find evidence that we're not alone in the universe,
Right.
how will that change our understanding of ourselves and our place in the cosmos?
Wow. That's something to think about.
Until next time, keep exploring.